Okay, guys, so I'm here to talk about the inside out understanding or innate health. So, what this basically means is that we are all born healthy, perfect mental health. And in today's world, in the world of psychology, essentially what happens is that when we don't feel great in ourselves, we, if it's a bad day or whatever, no big deal. But if it happens over a period of time, if it's something that comes up regularly where we feel anxious or frustrated or full of worry or trepidation or like worrying about the world, whatever it is, um, if that happens for quite a bit of time, we then may class it as a problem. We may then look to see how we can get rid of those feelings and manage those feelings, cope with those feelings. That kind of terminology, those sort of words are words that come up a lot in our discussion, in our culture, in the media, in articles. How to cope with a pandemic, how to manage your stress, how to worry less. It's all geared towards getting rid of or minimizing our feelings or trying to change them or reframe them or something like that. And what happens then is that we may then start to think, okay, I need to go see a counsellor, I need to see a therapist, I need to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, I need to get treatment. And it can maybe take quite some time to do that. And then when we go for that treatment and it doesn't have the effect that we think it's going to have, we can get frustrated and we get into a sort of a cycle where we're trying to feel better, we're taking action on it as best we know how based on society and what we are aware of. To the best of our knowledge, this is what I should do. And then when it doesn't work, we feel more frustrated, which causes us to feel even worse, and then it goes on and on and on in a cycle, to the point where people may start to feel they're completely broken, that they're helpless, that nothing's ever going to change. What's the point? So it can get to quite a serious stage. Now, what if you were to flip that on its head, and this is what the innate health model is all about, and say that we have perfect mental health, but at times things happen in the world. We feel a certain way. Those feelings come from our thinking. They come from the thoughts that pop up here, there, and everywhere, every day. But what if those thoughts weren't about us? What if they were just thoughts that came and arose within us? So we're feeling stressed at our job, there's problems at home, there's family issues, there's a global pandemic. We feel a certain way and we attribute our feelings to those external circumstances. But no matter what's happening in the world, we're all perfectly mentally healthy. And just because you've got certain thoughts, it could be about anything, it doesn't mean it's not a reflection on us. It doesn't mean that they're our thoughts or that we have to do anything with them. And this is really the key thing. The secret is really not really a secret, but just if you can take one thing from this, it's that thoughts are just thoughts. They don't mean anything about us, about our life, about how healthy we are, how mentally healthy we are, how fit we are to live in the world. They don't mean anything about us. So anxious thoughts can arise within us, but we can just see them for what they are. They don't require action. And what happens then is something pretty magical, where because we see them for what they are, just thoughts, we don't feel the need to go in and manage them and intervene and struggle with them and grapple with them and change them into better thoughts, or kind of suppress them, or go to a therapist and talk about them and feel like these thoughts and feelings have something to do with our past or something to do with our future. And it changes the game because we are free to just see them, notice them. And because we're not engaging with them, it doesn't mean we're denying them, we're just seeing them for what they are. They're just thoughts. Whoever said that thoughts have meaning? There's no book out there or theory or scientist or anything who's ever said thoughts have meaning, you need to listen to them. It's just because they're coming from within us, we feel they mean something about us, because they're coming from within us, and because our culture is geared around trying to chase the better ones and getting rid of the ones we don't want, that we just feel that we always have to be managing them. But if they don't require managing, they tend to come and go far more easily, and they don't seem as important. Meaning those thoughts and feelings just don't add up to very much. And when you don't have to manage them, they're free to come and go, and you just go out and live your life. So I'd love to hear what you hear in this. It's completely a different way of looking at life, a different way of looking at our own psychology, if you wish. You won't really hear about this in the media or anything like that. It's kind of hidden, because our entire culture is geared around what I said. It's about suppressing the bad ones. But really, when you see thoughts for what they are, you tend to have a moment where you go, oh, and you have an insight into what they really are, and they just tend to kind of float on by. So I hope this was helpful. Please do sign up to my newsletter. That's clearfreshinsights.com/subscribe, and I'll share some content there that I may not share elsewhere. So please do join the list, and I look forward to sharing some more information with you.